Alright everyone, welcome to a new pickups video, and of course we're going to start this off with something spectacular, as you probably saw in the thumbnail if I made a thumbnail with this, but I have a Analogue Pocket. I've had this for quite a few months now, and I didn't want to do a video about it at the time because, you know, pretty much everybody was doing a video about it, and I know people get kind of like tired of seeing that pop up in their feed, so now's the time I'm going to show mine off, and I am in love with this thing. Now, I don't know how a lot of people feel about taking this. Now, as awesome as this thing is, I do not know if I would feel comfortable like taking it out traveling pretty much, because it is a portable device, but pretty much I feel like I'd rather just keep it around the apartment because, you know, maybe a couple years ago I would have probably took it out with me when I travel, but I don't know, it's just so, I don't know, this thing's so authentic. I don't want it to get damaged or messed up. And the game you're seeing right now is Invader. This is an awesome shoot 'em up for the Game Boy Advance system. Probably the best shooter on the system, actually. A lot of people don't know about this game. And it looks fantastic on this system. It runs very well. It runs just like it would on a regular Game Boy Advance, pretty much. But you can see that screen is freaking outstanding. I mean, seriously. Analogue did a great job like putting this thing together. The next game here is another game I really like on the system, but a lot of people don't know about this one. This is Black Belt Challenge, and this is a fighting game created by the same people who made the game you just saw, Invader. A lot of people don't know about this game. I got lucky and got a copy of this a while back, and it's a basic fighting game, I would say. It's really well done, but it's kind of like simplistic, I would say, but still a very impressive game for the Game Boy Advance, and I thought you guys might want to see how it looked on the Analogue. So I got the Game Gear adapter with it, and I feel bad because I sold a lot of my Game Gear games years ago, and they would have looked really good on this system. But I still got a couple of the good ones, and the first one the only one you're gonna see here, because I'm only showing one, is Outrun for the Game Gear. This is the PAL English version of the game, and this is like if you played the Sega Master System version of Outrun, you'll know what to kind of expect here. Even though I feel this one is slightly better, but I haven't played the Master System one in a long time, so I'm pretty sure they're identical. But as you can see, the game looks great on this screen, and I'm just very impressed with the system overall. And I just want to say, folks, if you're trying to get an Analogue Pocket, I understand that a lot of people haven't got theirs yet, but don't go online paying like $800-900 for one. Just patiently wait, unless money's no object to you, you know. And I guess you could buy it at whatever price you want, but I know it's hard, but just try to patiently wait for the pre-orders to come through, and then hopefully you'll be good then. But yeah, going on eBay paying those prices, I think that's insane, and unless you just got like, money's no object to you or something like that. So, but as you guys can see, this thing is freaking awesome. But the last thing I want to show you guys is the base system that I'm going to use for the system pretty much. I'm not going to take this anywhere really. I'm just going to play on my television at home. So you can see the little console here pretty much. And this is just the way I'm going to play these games, how they were meant to be played, for me at least, pretty much on the television. If you're going to get an Analogue Pocket, I would say definitely get one of these as well. So you got like, I don't know about people taking it anywhere. I would have felt good taking it like places years ago, but now I just want to keep this system at home. But anyways, guys, that is the system. Hope everybody who wants one gets one. And yeah, that's all I got to say about it. Alright, so Wave Studios in the house, and now we're looking at Rush Rush Rally Reloaded for the Dreamcast. I love the fact that Dreamcast games are still coming out for that system. It's just, man, what a time we live in. The system's over 20 years old now, and we still have people making games for it. So now this game is a top-down racing game pretty much. It reminds me of this arcade game I used to play when I was a kid in arcades. It had a little steering wheel and everything on it, but I can't remember it too well. But the game's got fast action, and normally you see these type of racing games on like portable systems like the Game Boy Advance. I saw a lot of them get ported to that system, well made for that system. But it's nice to see like an arcadey one for the Dreamcast pretty much. And I think this game, if there is a steering wheel for the Dreamcast, which I don't remember if there is one, this game will be perfect for it. But you guys let me know in the comments if there is one. Anyways, if you like games like this, let me know. I'm interested in what you guys think about this one. And this game was done by Wave Studios. They published this, and I talked about them before. They did the Intrepid Izzy and a couple other games I talked about on my channel. So I'll leave a link in the description on where you can pick this up from if you're interested. Here is Xenocider for the Dreamcast, and I talked about this game on my channel before, but I just want to let you guys know this game is available at Wave Studios as well. Now, if you're wondering what kind of gameplay this is, it plays like, well, something like Space Harrier, I would say, just a bit slower, and the controls take a bit to get used to in this game, but other than that, I think you have a pretty solid game here, so this might be one you want to put on your radar, and if not, Wave Studios has a catalog of games on their website that you guys should definitely check out. So I'll leave a link in the description for the website. Here's the King of Fighters 15. This is the Pix and Love shock box version. And you guys know how I feel about these shock boxes. They are freaking awesome. So before we talk about the gameplay, I want to show you guys, of course, what's inside of the box pretty much. I feel like companies like Pix and Love, by making these shock boxes, man, they're keeping the love for the original Neo Geo alive pretty much, you know. Everybody recognize, well, most people will recognize these shock boxes, I believe. And I just love how they're putting them together. Now, of course, you see the game here. It comes with an art book as well. Very detailed, lots of concept art, very cool. Very impressive as usual. You expect this type of stuff to come with something like this, which is awesome. Detailed character art, all that good stuff. Now, you know, something like this has got to come with a soundtrack, and it does. And I love the art box of the soundtrack. It has one of the new characters on the cover. It's 2 discs, which is great. It also has one of my favorite songs in there, Burn the Fight. I think that's what it's called. It's the theme, main theme they used for King of the Fighters 14. They brought it back for the grand finale boss fight for this game, which is really cool. Also, I wanted to mention that the game, the Shockbox version at least, comes with reversible art. Now, they have different art for the PS4 version, but this is the PS5 version. It has Terry and Joe Hidashi on the back, which is really cool. And here's like a little, like a close-up of it, like flipped around pretty much. I think I'm going to stick with this cover. Terry Bogard has pretty much been my favorite character of the series, even though he needs to change the outfit, but I'm not complaining. Oh, I almost forgot to show you these art cards that came with it. So that's the original cover that you guys have seen, and that's the reversible cover with Terry and Joe Hidashi on the back. And here is one of the alternate covers, I believe, for the Japanese version. I forgot which version. That one right here is for the PS4 version from Pix and Love. So if you get that Shockbox version, you'll get the art with the reversible art with Mai on the back. So my thoughts on the King of Fighters 15. I actually really like it. I think it's a massive step up over the King of Fighters 14. That game was kind of like the graphics when it came out just weren't that good, and they had to change it over time, and they did a little bit of improvement, but not by much. This game improves the graphics massively. I was very happy with what I saw here. Now, gameplay, music, story, are one of the things I really like about the King of Fighters games. But what really gets me pumped up is characters they add to the new games pretty much. And the character that I like a lot is still not added to the game, unfortunately. Maybe they'll add them through the second patch DLC. I'm not really sure. But overall, I'm happy with this package. So it's definitely something you guys want to pick up if you like fighting games. Now, I went online and I thought I could handle my business. I got beat up hard, so make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you learn all the moves before you go online, like all the counters and all the little tech moves you can do before going online, because that will help you out a lot if you're trying to play a ranked match. I just wanted to win one ranked match, and that guy said, "Nah, man, you can't win nothing." But anyways, guys, definitely pick this up. I'll leave a link for the Pix and Love if you guys want to pick this up in the description. Definitely something you want to pick up if you're the King of Fighters fan. Here's the Cruel King and the Great Hero. Now, this was pretty much a blind buy. You know, I like games that come with a lot of like packaging, pretty much, like a lot of extras, pretty much. And this game came with pretty much a soundtrack, art book, all kind of cool stuff. But at the same time, coming with all that stuff, I didn't really research how the gameplay was. I thought it was going to be like a puzzle platformer. It turns out to be a turn-based RPG, which is cool, but it is actually pretty much what I would say a beginner RPG for people. You know, turn-based RPGs, I don't really play too many of them anymore. I mean, I do play the old school ones, but newer ones really need to have that charm to really suck me in. And this one's just really more like a kid's game, so I don't know if the story's going to make a turn to really where it gets dark or something like that that would really make me too interested in it. I'm still playing the beginning. There's lots of tutorials in the beginning, so action gets interrupted to kind of tell you how to like work certain methods in the menu or whatnot. And it's cool, but that kind of stuff is just tiresome for me. I'm kind of old school where I just learn on my way pretty much, but I don't know if I can recommend it to people. If you like turn-based RPGs, you know, it might be a good game to grab for somebody who's just getting into RPGs. But yeah, not really much to say about it. You know, I showed you guys some of the stuff that came with it, so you guys can decide on yourself. As of right now, the game is still going for its full retail. So if you like what you're seeing here, maybe it'll be something you want to add to your collection. Here's Rage 2, the collector's edition. Now, you guys probably remember on my Twitter, I went to GameStop and I saw a copy of the collector's edition going for $35. And I passed on it because, you know, I just didn't want to mess with it because it, you know, took up a lot of room. But my boy Scott said, nah, man, you got to get it. And he sent me this copy of it. So, Scott, if you're watching, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you, bro. And now, man, I didn't feel like opening this up, but I wanted to show you guys the sides of it and everything, what comes with it. And most of you guys have probably seen unboxings of it anyway. But if you find this at GameStop right now, the collector's edition goes for $35. They're pretty much just trying to get rid of it. And it's for both systems, Xbox One and PS4. Now, I talked about the game before on my channel. So pretty much you're in this apocalypse world where you're pretty much got to survive against bandits and all kind of weird mutants and stuff like that. The game's story and characters is actually pretty funny and cool. If you like the type of stuff, like think of something like a Mad Max or something like the movie Mad Max, Mel Gibson, if any of y'all remember that. Think about that. That was a video game kind of. This is it pretty much. But anyways, guys, let me know if you agree with that. But the game is actually really cool, and I'm very happy to have this collector's edition now. The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes for the 3DS. Still hunting for a couple more 3DS games. I wanted to pick this one up and I found it for cheap. And I started out playing the game and it was pretty cool so far in the single player mode. I haven't really been able to find any multiplayer modes. I guess it depends on the time of the day and everything like that. But I'm just going to pretty much show you gameplay footage here of how it looks in a close-up because I haven't got that far in the game yet and I can't really show you any entertaining gameplay right now because I'm still in the beginning. But for those of you that have played this game, you know, how do you feel about it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Here is Heroland Knowble Edition. This went on sale on Amazon for 20 bucks. And I said, you know, for 20 bucks comes with a soundtrack and some extras. I said, why not? So pretty much I want to show you guys what's inside here before we take a look at the game. And if all this for 20 bucks, I say, you know what, why not? I want to give this game a chance. And it comes with a manual. The most important thing, everyone. But anyway, so this is a turn-based RPG, but it's a little bit different. You're kind of like the director. Like in Heroland, you're in charge of helping casual people have a decent adventure pretty much. So the computer AI controls the players, and you kind of guide them when they might need to do certain issues. Well, not issues, but certain things in combat, I would say. Like if they're not using enough potions to heal certain people, you would kind of like step in and do that. You pretty much want to make sure they have a great adventure on Heroland. And I thought that was pretty cool. Like a little, I want to say, different take on a turn-based RPG. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, this game has a lot of dialogue in it, like most turn RPGs do, but it's actually funny dialogue. It's actually pretty hilarious. So if you have the patience for turn-based RPGs and kind of like a director's chair for those type of games, this game will definitely be for you. Next up is Akiba's Trip, the 10th anniversary edition. I remember seeing this game back on the PS3, and I never really paid attention to it. So this collector's edition ended up being $20. I said, you know what, let me try this out. Now for 20 bucks, you get an art book, which already is outstanding to me. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with something in that little groove to make you feel like a manual could have been there. So that's nice. And it has a reversible cover as well, at least a reversible art. And here is the soundtrack as well. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna pop this in a CD player, but still, it's just nice that it comes with this stuff. You know, so lots of songs here, definitely worth 20 bucks. Now, how is the game? It's pretty weird. You know, a lot of people like weird stuff like this, so I'll try to explain the story the best I can. But basically, you're trying to find these people that are not quite human, and you're trying to like expose them and take them out without getting killed, of course. And choices in this game, if you make the wrong choices, like funny choices, sometimes it can actually get you killed. So you have to be very careful in this game. But I'm not trying to review it. If you want to know more about this game, I suggest you check out Tark's Gauntlet's video about it. He does a really in-depth video about it, and he'll explain everything, all the lore in this game, and I'll leave his link in the description for you. But yeah, I'm still in the beginning stages of the game, so I can't really tell you too much. But what I can tell you is that when you're fighting against enemies, the best way to find out whether another man or not is by taking off their clothes, pretty much. That's like a gimmick in this game, so if you like that type of stuff, there you go. Here is Resident Evil 1.5. This was sent to me by my buddy Kyle. Thanks for the hookup, man. And if you look at the inside, you can see how authentic this looks. It's really well done. And if you haven't played Resident Evil 1.5, they originally got a 40% build of the game, and they've been trying to fix that build for almost 10 years now. So this latest version is really well done. The game is awesome. Definitely you can see what they were going with the original Resident Evil 2. And I've talked about this game on my channel before. You know, it was kind of crazy that Capcom had originally got around 80% done with this game, and then they canceled it. One of the reasons too was because the original Resident Evil 2 was going to actually end the series, so they were going to go out with a bang, and you know, we wouldn't have the series like we would have had today. So I guess it's good that they changed the game pretty much, but it's just nice to know how the game look. I actually prefer the look of the original police station over the original version's police station. But yeah, guys, if you haven't played this game yet, I'll probably do like a live stream playing it pretty soon here. I think that'll be fun. But yeah, Resident Evil 1.5, I think they might do one more patch for it in the future. I'm not really sure to touch things up for one last time, but this version right here is definitely playable. Here's a strictly limited double pack, Star Hunter DX and Space Moth Lunar Edition. My buddy Kyle sent this to me. Kyle, man, after all these years, man, I appreciate you keeping me laced up with these good games, man. This is awesome. So the first game I played in this collection was Star Hunter DX. Now, immediately I like this game because it doesn't start you off with a weak weapon, a weak shot. Pretty much, depending on what button you push, you get two type of weapons, like a laser weapon and you get like a spread weapon. As soon as I saw that spread weapon, I was like amazed. I'm like, yes, this is how these games should start out. You gotta start out with good weapons, and then you can power up even more. So that was already really cool seeing that. And I was doing pretty good at the game. I was getting killed quite a lot because, I just wasn't really focusing. When you play these type of games, you have to make sure you're looking at the screen at all times because there's stuff all over the place, and it can be tough, but it's still tough in a fun way. Then I went over to play Space Moth. Space Moth is a really cool game. Both of these games on one collection is perfect. I could see them separately too, maybe being a physical, but together it's just much better. You get two different games. Fun games to play that a lot of people will like if you like shoot 'em up. So if you like what you're seeing here, I'm pretty sure this is something you want to add to your collection. Here's Dodgeball Academia. When I saw this game, I was like, oh my god, we finally have a new Dodgeball game. And I was pretty much right. This is kind of like an RPG version, though, in a way, where you kind of go around and you level up certain moves and recruit certain characters. Now, the game has a fun story mode, pretty much. And I don't want to go over too much of that because I'm still in the beginning stages of it. But pretty much, you go to this academy, you're trying to become the best dodgeball player in the world, and you meet all sorts of people that will help you on your adventure. Now, the story really shines through the other characters pretty much. The characters you meet will really help the story come out and shine. And you do little side quests. Well, you have the option to do side quests. It benefits you if you do them as well as the main quest, of course. Now, the game has 8 chapters, and my buddy Cag actually beat the game, and he really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to this one. But I'm really looking forward to the upcoming battles this game has to offer. They look really fun, and I plan on pulling off some really cool moves. But this game has all kind of cool mechanics, and each character has their own special move. But one of the mechanics you want to learn in this game is timing catching the ball when somebody else throws it at you. If you can't dodge, you have to try to catch their attack pretty much, and kind of like throw the ball back at them or whatnot. If you get that timing down for catching the ball, you'll do excellent in this game. Now, it's been a long time since we got a game like this, at least for me to notice. I haven't seen a new Dodgeball game since probably Super Dodgeball or Dodgeball on the Game Boy Advance. It's been that long. But maybe, no, there was a Dodgeball game on the PS2, but that only came out in Europe. But anyways, guys, this is here, and I think people should try it out. Now, I'm going to try to show you a cool little clip of some of the moves in the game that you'll be able to pull off against your opponents. Here's Pixel Heart's Okinawa Rush Black Mantis edition. This collector's edition pretty much shocked me. This is very well done. A very sturdy box that has some really cool stuff inside of it. Now, for those of you that are lucky enough to pick this up, this is a sturdy box. It's not hollow at all. There's some real goodies inside, and we'll take a look at that right now. One thing I like about this box is it doesn't feel finicky, like it's going to tear apart easily, so really feels sturdy. Now, first thing I want to show you is the steel case. The steel case is pretty awesome looking. Very impressed with this. I love the way it looks. But I always debate whether I want to put my game in a steel case or I want to keep it in its regular case. The steel case looks freaking awesome, as you can see, so I'm still undecided about that. But here is the regular edition box as well. I put the certificate and the soundtrack inside of that one, but yeah, this is pretty simple. This will kind of go uniform with the rest of the games pretty much. And now just a quick look at the art cards that come with it. These are very well done. You could probably pretty much frame these if you want. I'm not saying I will, but you never know. You have that option to do so. Here's some art from the game as well. Very well done. I really like these. Let's take a look at this other one here. That one's well done. That pretty much is probably the heart of the story right there, you know. And then the next one is really dramatic here. This is probably my favorite one. It always shows the bad guy, the hero's pain. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Double Dragon 2, The Revenge in a way. But now we're taking a look at this other box here. I believe these are like the little jewels. Yep, these are the jewels right here. And these have something to do with the game pretty much. So definitely very authentic looking. You guys remember those eggs that came with the Marvel Infinite back in the day, that collector's edition? How cheap those look? Well, these don't look cheap at all. These look well done. So just kind of wanted to compare those. This is, I think, some item you get in the game. Not really sure because I haven't got that far yet. And this other one is pretty important too. In the game, you get these moves, and you have to kind of remember the moves pretty much. And you ever forget them, you can always look at these cards, and that help you remember certain combinations, which is pretty cool for each character. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that is the Black Mantis edition. Definitely check this game out, guys. I'm going to show some gameplay here in a second. But this collector's edition is definitely worth it. Good job, Pixel Heart. I picked this game up because I saw my friends Level 857 playing through the game co-op, and pretty much this is a co-op beat 'em up adventure game. It's actually pretty cool looking. I'm looking forward to playing this. But as you can see in this video, it's 2D sprites, lots of action going on, lots of crazy moves. It's kind of weird too because when I saw this game, the font makes it like hard to like read what the game is called. You know, I was like, what the heck? Like the font was really tough. But anyways, guys, Okinawa Rush, another game from Pixel Heart. I believe it's available on the Switch and of course the PlayStation 4.
I'm sorry.
And the last stone was stolen.
The Black Mantis clan.
Alright guys, if you're interested in this game or interested in the collector's edition, I will leave a link in the description for Pixel Heart. As you can see here, their storefront is very impressive and they have a lot of games for you to look through here. Definitely check them out, guys. Here is In Nightmare. Now I know this game went under people's radar because this game was supposed to actually come out last year, or like maybe almost 2 years ago, I think. But this is a title where you play as a kid who wakes up pretty much in a hospital and he doesn't know where he is. He has no recollection of what's happened to him, and you're in a creepy area and you're being stalked pretty much by some kind of witch lady, and she is very creepy. Now the game is pretty fragmented, and when I say fragmented, I mean the way it tells a story. Like, it tells you in bits and pieces, but it's very minimal, so you're not going to really know what's going on in this game. But I'm guessing that it'll come together towards the end of the game. I'm not really sure, but I'm probably maybe a quarter way through the game and I'm still kind of confused on what's going on. But the premise of the game is pretty much like finding keys, doing a couple puzzles, and escaping your pursuers. You do not want to get caught. And when you're pursued, you're going to try to outrun or hide from your pursuer. This is easier said than done because I got caught up a lot while playing this game, but it wasn't impossible to escape them. But you really want to be very careful about running around this game because they can hear you, your footsteps pretty much. So you want to kind of like just kind of tiptoe around them if you can, or hide whenever you can to get past them. And if you get ahead of them and they're still stalking you, if you see closets, hide in there, because it'll tell you how close they are to you and when they leave. So pretty cool stuff. This game is definitely worth $20. I don't really have anything else to say about it as of right now, because obviously I'm still playing through the game. But for 20 bucks, I think a lot of people can't go wrong with this one. Now here is Tandem, A Tale of Shadows. I picked this game up because I thought it was going to be similar to Little Nightmares, and it kind of is in a way. This is a puzzle platformer which switches from a top-down point of view and a side-scrolling point of view when you play as the girl's teddy bear. Now, the game story is that you're looking for I think a missing musician or something like that. I honestly can't remember too much because I'm not that far in the game. I actually picked it up a couple of days ago. But this game, if you're looking for a physical copy of this game, you might be able to find it at GameStop. You could definitely find it at Amazon. But if you find it at GameStop, more than likely they're only going to have one copy of the game, and they'll only carry this game at popular stores, so maybe like a mall store or something like that. That's how I found the game. But anyways, I played the first few levels, and I'm liking it so far. The puzzles do get pretty hard, like around the second level. I mean, not too hard, maybe just hard for me. I don't really know, but still, I think this is a very interesting game, and I think people should take a look at it.
The disappearance of Thomas Kane, the only son of the famous Kane illusionist, still hasn't been solved by Scotland Yard. 10-year-old Emma, intrigued, is determined to investigate. As Emma walks the streets of London towards the mansion, a carriage passes her at full speed. And a teddy bear falls out of the window, unexpectedly. Fenton, the teddy bear, jumps onto his feet and sets off in pursuit of the vehicle. Without thinking twice, Emma joins the race, launching after him. After crossing the manor's entrance gate and gardens, they finally reach the heavy entrance door. She will need all her courage and the help of Fenton to reach the heart of the menacing manor. They must use Fenton's gravity-bending perspective to solve intricate puzzles in tandem. Each new universe has its own set of unique challenges and is guarded by an ominous final boss. But with Fenton at her side, nothing will divert Emma from her quest. Will she finally find Thomas?
Alright everyone, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you found something interesting on this list of games. So that's one of my main goals when I do these pickups videos. I want to introduce like new cool games that you guys might not have heard of. But anyways guys, that's all I got for you. Radical Reggie, and I will see you all in the next video.